students, this is Sagarika Mohanty. Welcome to Business Studies classes. Today we will discuss the next topic, that is borrowed fund. Borrowed fund are basically those funds which are raised by the company through borrowings or loans. So basically the borrowed funds are debentures, loan from commercial banks, loan from financial institutions, public deposit, trade credits, etc. First we discuss debentures and bonds. So the meaning of debenture is a document or the certificate which is issued under the common seal of the company, acknowledging its debt to the holder at a given terms and conditions. That means debenture is a document or the certificate. Here the amount of loan, rate of interest, security offered, etc. are clearly mentioned, and this is basically issued under the common seal of the company, acknowledging its debt to the holder given terms and conditions. So basic features related to the debentures are: first, borrowed fund. So debentures are the borrowed fund and the debenture holders are the creditor of the company. Next is periodic interest payment. Here the debenture holder get return in the form of interest, and the interest rate is fixed, and it get the interest in the specified intervals, that means maybe 6 months or 1 year. Next is compulsory payment of interest. Here the debenture holder get advantages that it get compulsory payment of interest, that is fixed rate of interest whether the company earn profit or not. No voting rights. Debenture holders have no voting rights. That means they cannot participate in the management meeting. Next is redemption of debenture. Redemption is related to the repayment of debenture. So here the debenture holder have to repay or have to pay back after the expiry of the fixed period or at the time of the winding of the company or the close down of the company. And the last is charge against assets. Generally debentures are secured by the charge on the or the mortgage of the asset of the company, which can be realized in the event of the default of the company. So these are the basically features related to the debentures. Some types related to the debentures. So the first is secured debentures. So secured debentures are those debentures which are secured by the charge on the assets or the property of the company. That means if the company default to pay the principal amount or the interest to the debenture holders, then the debenture holders can sell the asset of the company and claim on their income and principal amount or the interest amount. Next is unsecured debentures. The secured debenture is also known as mortgage debentures, and unsecured debenture is basically opposite of the secured debentures. So here the debenture holder do not carry any charges or the security on the asset of the company, and this is also known as simple debenture and the naked debentures. Next is registered debentures. Registered debenture means the debenture in which the name of the debenture holders are duly recorded in the register which are maintained by the company, and this can be transferred by the mere delivery. Next is bearer debenture. Bearer debenture are those debenture which are not transferred by the mere delivery, and here the debenture holders names are not registered, which are maintained by the company. Next is convertible debenture. Convertible debenture means those debenture which are converted into the equity shares after the expiry of the specified period is known as convertible debentures. And non-convertible debenture means these are those debentures which are not convertible into the equity shares during the specified period. Next is first debenture. First debenture are those debentures which are repaid before other debentures are repaid. Second debenture are those debentures which are paid after the first debenture have been paid back. Then the last type of debenture is zero interest debenture. Zero interest debenture are those debentures which do not carry any explicit rate of interest. That makes the difference between the face value of the debenture and the purchase price of the debenture is the return of the debenture holders. So this is basically the types of debenture. Now we discuss some merits and demerits related to debentures and bonds. First merit is ideal for safe investors because here the investor get fixed rate of interest. Next is no loss of control. As debenture holders are not participating in the management meeting, that means the debenture holder have no voting right powers. That means there is no loss of control. Flexibility and economical. Debentures issue is related to the flexible in operation and economical because as compared to the other shares issue like equity shares and preference share, it is a cheaper source of finance. The next is suitable during the stable earning. Here the debenture holders get fixed rate of interest. Tax benefit. Debenture holders provide tax benefit to the company because the debenture holder gets interest and interest is treated as tax deductible expenses. And the last is trading on equity. Debenture holders also ensure the trading on equity facilities. And the demerits is permanent burden of the interest. As we know that whether the company on profit or not, the company have to pay the fixed rate of interest to the debenture holder. So this may be the demerit point for the company. The next is adverse impact on the borrowing capacity and also repayment of the obligation and charge on the asset. That means if the company default to pay the principal amount or the interest amount to the debenture holders, then the debenture holders can sell the company asset and claim on their income and principal amount. So these are the basically merit and demerit related to the debenture. Next concept of borrowed fund is loan from financial institutions. The state government of India or the central government of India establish various financial institutions which provide loan to the companies for their industrial development. So the basic concept of establishment of these financial institutions are promoting industrial development of the countries. Some of the financial institutions are IFCI, that is Industrial Financial Corporation of India, SFC, that is State Finance Corporation, ICICI, IDBI, UTI, etc. The merits of financial institutions are basically provides medium and long-term finance which are basically not provided by the commercial banks. Next is assistance in business. These are not only provided the loan to that is related to the medium-term or the long-term loan, it also assists in the managerial decisions or technical decisions and financial decisions. The next is source of goodwill. It is also generating the sources of goodwill of the company, and it is easy for the repayment scheme and finance even during of the depression. So if the company at the stage of the recession, then these institutions are also provide loan to that company. And the demerit are difficulties, procedures and restrictive clauses because it based on number of formalities. So these are basically demerits related to this concept. And the last is interference in management. As they provide loan to the company, so these institutions interference in the management of the company also. So these are the concepts related to the loan from the financial institutions. Next concept of borrowed fund is loan from commercial banks. So the commercial banks functions are basically accepting deposit, granting loans, making investments with aim of earning profits. So the company can raise their fund by loan from the commercial banks. So the merits are basically first is economical because it is a cheap source of finance, maintain business secrecy, less formalities and flexible resources. Here the formalities of taking loan are less. Next is demerit. Demerit is short-term financing. Basically commercial banks provide short-term financing as compared to other financial institutions that they provide medium-term and long-term financing, but here the commercial bank provide short-term financing. Difficult procedures and restrictive clauses. It is based on difficult procedures and restrictive clauses. That means after fulfilling all the terms and conditions of the banks, then the bank provide loan to the company. So these are the basically concept related to the loan from the commercial banks. One is public deposits. The public deposits are the deposits raised by the organizations directly from the public. The merit and demerits of public deposits are first is simple procedure, economical because this is cheaper as compared to the issue of shares, equity shares and preference shares, no charge over the asset and no loss of the control because it have no voting rights. Demerits is unsuitable for the new companies due to the lack of public confidence. Next is unreliable source of finance and not suitable for the long-term financing. And another demerit is limited fund. This is not suitable when the company require long-term fund. So basically these are the concepts related to the public. The last concept of borrowed fund is trade credit. This is also known as mercantile credit. So trade credit is the credit extended by the one trader to another for the purchase of goods and services. Some important points related to the trade credit is it is commonly used as sources of short-term finance for the period ranging from the 15 days to 90 days. No interest is payable on the trade credit. It is based on the financial strength, goodwill of the buyer and the customer trade. It is also recorded as the sundry creditors or accounts payable, and the basic volume and the period credit extended depends on the following factors, that is reputation of the purchasing firms, financial position of the sellers, volume of purchase, past record of payment, etc. So these are the basic concepts related to the trade credit. We discuss some merits and demerits related to the trade credit. First merit is convenient source. It is a convenient source of finance, readily available, that means it is available easily. Then it also helpful for promote sales, help in raising inventories level, and it also there is no charge on the asset of the company. Demerit is it is a risky of the risk for the overtrading, limited fund. When the company requires limited fund, then this method is suitable, and this is costly as compared to the other sources. So this is all about the borrowed fund concept. Hope you guys understand this concept. Thank you for watching.